What's up? This is Mark Henninger from Stereophile, and I am here at Manhattan Motor Cars in Manhattan. Why am I here? Well, the answer to that is behind me, and you're probably wondering, speakers? Why are you in a car dealership and you're standing in front of speakers? There's a very good answer to that question, and it has to do with the fact that Manhattan Motor Cars is filled with ultra-high-end, ultra-high performance vehicles that are built at the highest standards. Now, I'm here with Walter Schofield from Oneros Speakers, and we're going to talk about, well, that relationship, as it were, and the letter F and the number 1. Walter.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you, Manhattan Motor Cars, for affording us this opportunity to be here. Yes, the tie-in with the Oneros loudspeakers into the motorsport industry is several aspects. One of the Oneros loudspeakers are built in the UK, in the middle of what's called Motorsport Valley. They source all of their components within 15 miles of their factory.
So this is where the Brits go win races.
Exactly. For instance, the cabinets of the Oneros loudspeakers are constructed of the same material as a lot of F1 auto parts, bodies and the wings and the carbon fiber. There's 2 layers of it, and there's a proprietary layer in between for damping purposes. The metal work is all done in the same factories that build metal bits for multiple F1 teams. Wow. Even the paint is done in the same facility that one of the leading F1 teams paints their bits at. So it's
perspective. Formula One just means cost no object.
It truly does. It truly does. And the reason that they built these speakers at all is because they saw all of this technology happening within a very, very small space over in their factory just outside of Oxford, and decided that they wanted to build a complete state-of-the-art loudspeaker. Something that was driven by music, but also technically different. And all of the components that make up this loudspeaker are, in fact, very different than what's currently on the marketplace. For instance, the woofers in the mid-range drivers themselves don't just have graphene paint like a lot of people use. There's graphene in the mix of the material. Graphene has a very, very elongated structure, so it makes a lattice, if you will. It's very, very stiff, enabling the cone to be considerably thinner than it usually is. Of course, that results in better transient response and just better sound overall. Same thing with the mid-range drivers. The tweeter diaphragm is actually a lab-created diamond. Not diamond-coated, a real lab-created diamond. All of the crossover components are bespoke as well, where every single wind, the boards are double the usual thickness to be robust, gold traces on the boards, completely designed from the ground up. Every aspect of it for this loudspeaker alone. There are no off-the-shelf parts for this.
Well, that's interesting because what it means to me, or what I would think, is that somebody who's very attuned to the world of building championship quality race cars will then understand the craftsmanship that went into these, whereas it would be abstract to them what the wood cabinetry or whatever that a normal speaker maker would have. But then how could you develop this technology with the money that's in the speaker industry? You can't, can you?
Well, interestingly, the folks at Oneros, they consulted with people who build these bits. For instance, with the cabinet, our cabinet wants to be rigid to a certain point.
Sure.
At some point, you need a little bit of flex based on the design of the loudspeaker. So they didn't just go to the person who made the materials. They went and consulted with the engineers at this F1 team that built the wings that flex and hold the car down, where there's movement, to find out exactly where that was.
So they can model that and then they can build it.
Exactly, and they did finite infinite analysis on the cabinet in conjunction with another F1 team to see where all the modal occurrences happened and where it needed to be damped down, what needed to be done by that. Just a lot of consultation with a lot of these teams and then the people that build the bits for all of them. Unfortunately, I can't mention the names of the particular teams because Oneros is under an NDA from that context. But just suffice to say, it's some of the top F1 teams out
Yes,
there.
winners in England.
Absolutely. Winners in England, right? Right. Exactly.
Fantastic. You can absolutely see it when you get really close to it, and I think that's one of the things that's visually striking from a distance. But then you really need to get close to it to start to see that level of fine craftsmanship that you're describing.
Absolutely. And look, I've been in the business for a while. Obviously, you need good electronics to back it up and great recordings to make it sound amazing. But when you get the best of the best here, it's one of the more realistic sounding speakers I've heard. It's right up there. Well, I guess at $650,000 per pair, it should be, right?
That's where you want to be. You want to be achieving perfection.
It is.
Right. That's a connection we're making here. Championship cars, a car dealership that's full of the best, and therefore you're exposing these speakers to a clientele, or as it were, that can appreciate these and also can afford these.
Absolutely. We've taken steps to I'll say train the sales staff here at Manhattan Motor Cars. We recognize they're not audio salespeople, but we're training them to be able to refer, to be able to talk about 5 or 6 points tied into the motorsport aspect that they can convey to one interested in an automobile.
Well, high-end cars have high-end stereos in them, so they do sell a stereo.
They do.
And not as the main point, but it's part of the experience. And
it's certainly part of the experience. I just wanted them to not have to act as salespeople per se,
of course,
but act as referral vehicles.
Yeah.
And this is part really of my overall plan relative to my company, Nexus Audio Technologies, which is doing some differentiated marketing things, doing something a little bit different, getting our world of exceptional quality, high performance audio in front of different eyeballs.
That's what brought me here, because the connection seemed really strong to me.
Yes.
Especially when you get to cars like these, you don't buy them to commute. You buy them to personally enjoy the experience. And that's why you would buy these speakers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd rather be sitting in front of a pair of speakers than driving a car, though.
Yeah.
Just my preference.
No, and I can't wait to sit in front of these and give them a good listen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anything else you want to tell the audience about?
No, I just, these speakers, the Oneros loudspeakers, are distributed by Fidelis Distribution in the U.S. I'm acting as a consultant on the project.
Okay.
And there'll be a lot more to come. We'll be doing a lot more with these from a marketing perspective. And we thank Manhattan Motor Cars very much for allowing us the ability to be here.
How long will they be here for?
That remains to be seen. We've had a couple of events here. A few weeks ago, we had an event where they debuted a new Rolls-Royce vehicle. Okay. And we brought these speakers up to the location and had a big party. These covered a very, very large area with a couple of hundred people. Dancing in the whole bit. So there will be other things coming up in the next couple of months that we will work with Manhattan Motor Cars on.
Very cool. Thanks, Walter. Appreciate
Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Cheers.
When Emmanuel, my partner in the art gallery, mentioned to me that he had these speakers, everything just how it sounds when you hear it. And, yeah, it sounds great. Send them over and we'll do something. And then you see these beautiful pieces of art and the quality of the sound and everything. And I met these characters. It was a good tie-up, and hopefully we're going to do some business from it, and they're going to do some business. And
well, you live saturated in these ultra high-end cars, and you see the craftsmanship.
Yeah.
And so you must immediately then be able to recognize when something's constructed at that level.
For sure, it was a good tie-up. We live in this ultra luxury kind of world over here. I tell my guys all the time that I think people on the outside look in the window and think that this is like, the Taj Mahal and stuff, but inside we sell cars, we fix cars. So there's a little disparity there, but this is a great hookup for us. And I go by people, and if I didn't like these characters, we would have done a one and done, whatever. But hopefully they succeed. They have a great product, and we'll keep pitching it, and hopefully we get some feedback and some appeal from that. And it's great, and I like it. I like doing different kind of stuff out of the box.
Well, the beautiful thing about cars is they have stereos in them too. So
Yeah,
if you're a music lover,
But yeah, they all, everybody comes through here. If you're in New York, over the years, I've been, selling cars here since 1996, so it's been close to 30 years in Manhattan. And we've seen all the, real estate people, and, we get celebrities and everything else. But this kind of stuff is fun, and we do lots of events, so this is a good time for us. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Appreciate that.
great, awesome.